Swingler. A man's appeared at Carlisle Crown Court charged with murdering his father days before Christmas. 73-year-old Stanley Smith was found dead at a home in Sirth on Monday the 22nd of December. The court heard he had been strangled. Brian Smith, who's 33, didn't enter a plea today and was remanded into custody. More than 1,000 bar staff in Newcastle have received training to spot the signs of sexual harassment to better protect their customers. The Shout Up campaign has provided training at 60 venues around the city this year and is looking to expand across the North East in 2026. The Last Resort in Heaton is the latest pub to become Shout Up certified. They say they've already been able to put the training to use.
One of the most powerful takeaways for me was, what's the worst that could happen? If you go and check in on someone who you think may have been subjected to sexual harassment or even precursory behaviour, they're going to tell you that you've misread the situation, and in, I guess, the worst situation, which is the situation in which they are being subject to sexual harassment, then you've caught it nice and early.
The government has offered to meet local leaders in Cumbria amid concerns over council funding changes. Ministers say proposals will help services in deprived communities, but some critics fear rural areas will be shortchanged. Westmoreland and Furness Council has described its proposed settlement as bleak. The government has agreed to meet local politicians to discuss concerns. Drivers caught in northeast bus lanes have paid more than £2 million in fines this year. The penalties have been generated by the northeast's 7 local authorities, with Newcastle, Gateshead and Sunderland the largest beneficiaries. Newcastle City Council said bus lanes would make public transport journeys quicker and reduce pressure on the roads. Now, a woman from Gateshead has been wearing a ball gown every day this year to raise awareness of autistic masking. That's when people change their behaviours to try and fit in, which can be exhausting. Pamela Tickell reports.
Jennifer was only recently diagnosed with autism. She spent most of her life masking, things like practicing facial expressions or forcing eye contact to try and fit in.
Everywhere I go, I'm wearing a ball gown. I go shopping, I go for walks. I did the Great North Run in September, but it takes a lot more effort and it takes a lot more energy. And that's what it's like masking. That's what it's like for autistic people who are like trying to see social cues that they don't understand or regulate how they behave.
Banana. Orange.
So is it really so difficult to kind of spend your life in a ball gown?
It's very hard, yes. There's lots of things that you don't expect to be tricky actually really are. People stare at you. Yeah, you should try it sometime. It's harder than you think.
I think I will give it a go. Had you heard of autistic masking?
No, I hadn't.
No, not at all.
I do know that. I only got diagnosed at 19. I know other people around me who got diagnosed much later than males. I think it's amazing about raising awareness for sure.
When I go places, you get very strange looks and people definitely stare at you quite a lot.
Even now as we're walking, I've clocked a few people staring at us, giving us funny looks.
Yeah.
A lot of people have literally stopped and come up to us and asked, what are you wearing that for? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Quite embarrassing, I've got to say as well. Jennifer's raised thousands of pounds for the Toby Henderson Trust, a charity which supports autistic people and their families in the North East. Come January 1st, though, she'll be back in her everyday clothes.
I can't quite imagine what life is going to be like not wearing a ball gown. I've got so used to, getting out, this is what I put on, and suddenly thinking, oh, who am I? What's my style now? I haven't really got a clue. So, it will be quite exciting, but quite scary at the same time.
Pamela Tickell, BBC Look North, Gateshead.
A heritage railway is marking the period between Christmas and New Year with its Mince Pie Express. Thousands have been travelling on services on the Wensleydale Railway between Leeming Bar and Bedale.
The mince pie specials have been going for a few years now, and they're a bit of a tradition. And there was a suggestion that maybe we wouldn't bother this year, but there was an outcry, so we're having to run them. So it's something people want, and judging by the number of people on the train, I think it's worth doing.
Let's have a look at the sport in football. Middlesbrough and Harrogate were both in action this evening. In the Championship, Middlesbrough were playing Hull City at Riverside. Borough lost that game 1-0. And in League Two, Harrogate Town lost their match away to Accrington Stanley 1-0 as well. In rugby, Newcastle Red Bulls have announced the return of Josh Hodge to Kingston Park. The 25-year-old fullback left Tyneside for Exeter Chiefs 5 years ago, where he scored 29 tries in 89 appearances. He'll rejoin the club in the summer on a 3-year deal. Now, how's the weather looking for tomorrow? It's been rather cold for many of us today. Here's Paul Hudson with the forecast.
Thanks very much. Good evening. Tomorrow should prove a bit brighter than it has done today, with some sunny intervals, but the main story is much colder weather on the way by the end of the week. At the moment then, a little bit of patchy rain is possible, but overnight, apart from the odd shower towards the coast, it should be generally dry. There'll be some clear spells feeding in from the North Sea, perhaps a frost across parts of Cumbria, lows around freezing point. So Tuesday, a chilly day, but a mostly dry one, as I say, brighter than it has been today. Should be some sunshine around, especially across more western parts, across Cumbria during the afternoon. At the same time, 1 or 2 showers possible towards the coast, and we'll see top afternoon temperatures reaching around 5 or 6 degrees. That's the forecast.
That's all from the late team. Thanks for joining us. Look North is back with bulletins early tomorrow. Bye for now.